my hand like this, tied my hand like this, tied my two legs apart. And I'm like, what's happening? Why are you doing that? It was very scary. Nobody, none of my family members could enter. They were like, they're doing that to secure me in case I wake up from the anesthesia, so that I don't, just fall off the table while they're still operating or doing something. But it was really scary. I didn't prepare my mind that they were going to tie me down. I am so blessed. You want to chop your body. Anyways, your online bestie is back, and welcome to episode 2 of Unfiltered. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the surgery that I had in same 2019. I know you people will be like, what is wrong, or what was wrong with that year 2019? That the first episode was about 2019. Now the second episode is about 2019. Yes, I know. It was just that thing that happened those years, or that year. It was really a traumatic experience from the beginning to the end. So in 2019, I had a surgery called, I think it's called appendicitis. So it was like, the removal of your appendix from the body. I remember now, sometimes in 2013-ish, something happened back in my secondary school, where a teacher had told me that he was our mathematics teacher at that time, and he was a very short man. So I was like the class captain as at that time. I think I was in, is it 2013 or 2012? I can't remember, because I know I was in SS1. So what the teacher did was, when he came to the class, he told us that nobody should make noise. He got angry. He was like, nobody should talk throughout this whole class except he's asking you a question. He doesn't want to see anybody talking and all of that. So then everybody got serious. This man was using a faded marker on the board, and he was trying to like write out some some mathematics thing. Mathematics was not my thing. So then I just tapped Kita to say, Kita, please, what can you see what he is writing on the board? Because me, I cannot see it. She was like, she's also struggling. So she was like, then I tapped her again to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to try and write anything, but I would collect your notes, after the class. And she was like, okay. So as she said, okay, she faced front. Then now look back and say, hey, Dolio, are you buying bread today? Because it was after his class was like 3 p.m., which was our lunch break. He was like, am I buying bread today? I'm like, I don't know. As I was trying to explain to her that I'm not sure if I'm going to buy bread or something. The man just turned back and said, that was me, I should stand up. Guys, I'm just giving you the background of the whole story, when it happened, and how I ended up doing surgery in 2019. So he told me to stand up, and I stood up, and he was like, do I know? He was asking me, he said, do you know you're stupid? I'm like, I didn't say anything. Then he was like, I should say I am stupid. And I said, I'm sorry, sir, I can't say that. I said, put your name and say, I should say, hi, let's say my name is Feisha. I should say, me, Feisha, I'm stupid. I'm like, no, I won't do that. And he was like, I should come out, he will show me that I'm stupid and I'm stubborn. Then he started flogging me, guys. He gave me 25 strokes of cane. When I say 25 strokes, I really mean 25 strokes of cane. I didn't shake, I didn't cry. I don't even know how I was able to do that. My zip even wore out. Then they rang the bell that, it was for lunch, like lunch break. Then this man said, no, he's not going to leave me. It was like, he just passed the whole aggression on me. So it was like, he's not going to leave me, that he's going to start all over again. And I had to start counting like the stroke sounds like as it's beating me, I'm saying 1, 2, 3, up to 25 again. And I said, I'm not going to do that. And then I walked out on him. Then the proprietress at that time, went straight to our office. And she was like, my baby, how are you? I said, Mommy, this, that. Funny thing, I wasn't even crying. I just went to tell her that this and this and this is what happened. And she was like, she was hearing that they were beating somebody because my class was on top and like at the top and, our office was below. She was like, she heard that they were beating somebody, but she thought it was like a group of students. Like she didn't know it was just only me. I said it was just me. And she was like, go and call the teacher. What nonsense is that? I went to call the teacher and blah, 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 blah. She really scolded him. I didn't go home to tell my parents because Papa just already handled it so well. So when I got home, my dad saw the marks and, I went to the hospital. Then that's when they did the whole full scan, the whole full body check, and they saw that my appendix was swollen. But, they said they would just admit me to just see if it's going to go down and all of that. They even sacked the teacher. They, for like 2 terms, they didn't use canes because they banned canes and no, you can't be beating children anymore and all of that. It was just, I felt like the superstar of that moment, right? Now, fast forward.
A few moments later.
Now we are now in 2019, right? Then I went out with a friend to Chicken Republic. Oh my God, I really love Chicken Republic when I was in Nigeria. When I got to Chicken Republic, I went to eat fried rice. Then I noticed I vomited the food. And that's so unlike me. So when I got home, I kept vomiting. I was like, hey, God, hope I'm not, ate food poison or something. I was just vomiting. Even when there was literally no food in my tummy, guys, I was vomiting water. And it was painful. Jesus, it was really painful. I could not sleep throughout the night. My dad was worried. There was no money for them to start saying, oh, let's go to the hospital to go and be doing all of that. So the next day, our neighbor is like a doctor. He owns his own private hospital. So we went to his house and went to say, doctor, come and check out. She has been vomiting, my tummy, and all of that. So he told me to lie down on the couch in the sitting room, and he just pressed my tummy. And he said, no, Dolapo needs to go to the surgery now. That was the statement that man said. Then we went to our former family hospital because we don't use this hospital, right? Went to our family doctor's hospital. I said, no, I'm not going to do my surgery there because I believe that the man misdiagnosed my mom and we couldn't know exactly what was really wrong with her on time. And, the sickness that took her life. So I didn't want to go to that hospital. I told my dad that I was not going to go. My dad was like, that's the only hospital that I can go and, because we've known him for a long time, even when my parents were like boxed up, he has always been our family doctor that we can always make a payment plan with him. I said, no, I'm not going to gamble my life at that man's hospital. So no. So then we went to like a government hospital because I was 7, right, at that time. So I was, I think, eligible for all these government treatments and all of that. And they told my dad, I remember that I went to one in Jericho, and they told my dad that there was no bed and that they were going to still, put me on drip and then I can just stay in the car. Then my dad started crying. I've been seeing it in movies, but I've never experienced it. So I'm trying my best not to cry. So I told my dad that, God, no, I'm not going to do this. Daddy, I'm scared. This is surgery I'm talking about. And as surgery as it sounds, you don't have a bed for me. So my dad, they even told my dad to go and buy higher education, that like all those notes. Like they don't even have a proper hospital card. I'm like, I'm not doing it there. Like my dad was like, okay, you know what? You just call that our neighbor that is a doctor. And I was like, doctor, please, can we be bringing Dolapo to your hospital? And he was like, yes, that's fine. So we got there. They did a whole lot of series of tests. They said I can't do the surgery. like that day that they will have to schedule me for the next day. And then the whole surgery is going to cost 250,000 in 2019. I remember our tenant downstairs of our house, when she heard, she was like, that is a sweet girl. No. Let daddy take 50,000. So that was where somebody gave me 50,000 for the whole surgery. I remember that we were left to like 200K. Then my dad kept calling everybody that he knows. He called my uncle, to sort out. But I don't want to say anything about it. Anyways, we got nothing from him except 10,000 naira. And, for my dad to call my uncle, nah, okay. We see him as, like a very, very big man and all of that. So, but, it is what it is. If God did not place that person's help in your hand, there's literally nothing that person can. The person just say, I don't have, even if they have it. So I'm not even angry. I was not even angry. I was just scared of the whole surgery and all of that. So, but the doctor was not pressing for us to pay before they start the surgery because, we are neighbors. So as was, he would text, we would just sign some papers for some prepayment or payment plan and all of that. So when I was going into surgery, the next day, I didn't eat for a full 24 hours. No water, no food, nothing. Literally nothing at all goes into my mouth except 2 drips. So the next day, when I was going for the surgery, I was scared. They said it was going to take, I think they said 1 hour, 40 minutes or something like that. Eventually, my dad said they took 3 hours in the surgery. When I came out, that he was even scared that maybe there was a complication or anything. Guys, that was the most scariest thing that's ever happened to me. When they took me in, they put a line on this hand, they put a line on this hand. That was 2 lines, right? When they took me to the surgery, I was fully naked, just wearing just this blue clothes and a tie at the back. When they took me to the surgery, it was cold. Like the whole AC was on. There was this big light in the center of the room, shining directly into my eyes. They told me to lie on the bed, but it's not sort of like a bed, it's like a table, right? Then they tied my hand like this, tied my 2 legs apart. And I'm like, what's happening? Why are you doing that? It was very scary. None of my family members could enter. They were like, they're doing that to secure me in case I wake up from the anesthesia, so that I don't, just fall off the table while they're still operating or doing something. But it was really scary. I didn't prepare my mind that they were going to tie me down to the table. They tied me down to the table and, they started cleaning where they were cut. Then the doctor, what I remember last was the doctor said they should give me something and they popped it into my body. And then I was like, Doctor, this thing is peppering me. It's peppering me. It's peppering me. Doctor was like, what did you give her? I was like, I gave her something. Say, no, I didn't tell you to give her that. Give her another one. God, guys, that was what I heard. I'm like, am I going crazy? Is something happening? Like, have you given me the wrong thing? Then they now gave me maybe the proper injection. And the doctor was like, I just count 1 to 10. And I think I remember counting up to 5. And then I slept off. When I came out from surgery, my dad said, I was just shouting, Jesus, I'll fall back. I was not opening my eyes, but I will wake up like this and say, Jesus, I'll fall back. I don't have that video, guys. I would have shown you the video. I said, Jesus, I'll fall back to the bed as we were rolling me out. That is all I could remember after I went out was a white room, void white room, like, when they put somebody in a box and it was just all white. That was a dream that I dreamt of. I don't even know if it was, maybe I was between life and death. I don't know. That was what I dreamt of. And when I woke up, the injection had not worn out. I was still seeing my dad's too. I was like, Dad, you have 2 head, and all of that. Guys, this operation that or this surgery that I'm talking to you about, the remaining 190,000, I paid it myself. Where did I get the money? Thankfully, before this whole situation happened, my dad never even wanted me to do it. But I did this election during that INEC period where they use NYSC corpus to, do election. So people will come to the voting unit, we'll make sure that we organize it, everybody votes, no fights, everybody go home, we'll pack all the ballot boxes and go and deliver it back, right? So I did it for the federal and I did it for the states. So they paid, I think they paid 40,000 for one. They paid 30 something thousand for one. I can't remember. And then I had money from from my business that I was saving before the remaining money that I used to go to Mauritius. Anyways, so I packed when my dad woke up. When I woke up and I was fully awake, they said I needed to, fat before I start eating. So after fatting, I started eating a bit, small. I drank water, warm water. I was getting better. Then my dad was like, "There is no money. Oh. How are we going to leave the hospital and all of that?" And I was like, "Daddy, I've always had this money, even when they said it." But I wasn't really bothered because I was thinking of, is it a minor operation? Is this something I'm going to come out? What's the experience going to be? And all of that. So I told him that how much was remaining until 190,000, and then I paid that 190,000 for my operation myself. Now the post after care, I could not stand upright. It was just a whole lot of recovery. And till today, this is year 2025, guys, I don't like touching that part where they did the operation. I've been so traumatized. I don't want to even ever go. I don't want to even think of going under anesthesia, injection, or all those things. Don't that talk of even hearing that they want to cut me, or they want to start sewing me or anything. I just feel this certain way. I feel so scared. I feel like I still have some healing to do because of the surgery. I don't even want to touch it. Sometimes it itches me. I don't know if that's normal for whoever that has done the operation before. It itches me. And then I think about it, it just makes me mentally not okay, right? And yeah, I know there's some people that even died from AIDS before they even got operated on. A family friend that it got busted inside him, and it's just so sad. And I know some people that they did the operation, they had it was successful, and they still had some complications afterwards. And I'm just grateful that I'm here, even though it might seem like it was just a minor operation, but I'm here standing and I'm okay. So I hope you guys are enjoying the tea, and don't forget to stay tuned and watch the next episode next week, Friday, same time, same day. So your online bestie loves you, and yeah, bye.